about was jobs. Ladies and gentlemen, we got so many young people who couldn't find jobs. We were able to, through One Baltimore, to create these, create 8,000 jobs. And I think we pretty much got everybody who wanted a job, we were able to get them a job, summer job, pretty much. But there is a group of folks who, some of whom dropped out of school, some of whom have no skills, some of whom have a criminal record, and cannot get a job. And so what we've been doing is, so that's another group. Now you say, what have you done since then? And then what does this have to do with you? As soon as the disturbances was over, actually, while they were still going on, I would join together with the president of Johns Hopkins, the president of Casey Foundation, and others, and the Black Charities, Associated Black Charities, and others. And we created something called One Baltimore. And the reason why we created One Baltimore was there were a lot of people that wanted to do some good things for our city, because you got to remember, what you saw on your television, people were seeing that stuff in South Africa. They were seeing that stuff in Japan. I mean, I had people calling me from all over the world talking about Baltimore. So a lot of people, a lot of philanthropic organizations, a lot of university types, a lot of individuals, a lot of folks who simply want to volunteer. They want to bring resources to Baltimore. But we had to figure out, how do you create a mechanism, an entity that could accept those contributions, and then vet the organizations that need them, and then send those resources out so that people would benefit to the most effective and efficient manner. Now, that's where you all come in. So often what happens, and I've seen this over my 33 years in government, everybody want to be a king. And everybody want to be a queen. I don't want to leave the ladies out. Amen. Everybody want to have their organization doing their thing. And that's good. That's a good thing, that people want to empower their community, they want to empower their neighbors or whatever. But at some point, you can have all these kings and queens doing all these kings and queen things, but not being as effective and efficient as we could be if we all joined together. Come on now, don't get silent on me now. Don't get silent on me now. If we all join together, that's how we'll be most effective and efficient. And I have come by here to beg you. I would ask, but asking is too cheap. I beg you to work together. I beg you to put aside any differences you may have. Why? It ain't about me. It's not about me. I told people that at 64 years old, I've lived my life. This is about generations yet unborn. This is about making sure that we shape our own destiny. I'm often quoted, I thought Roxanne was going to say it, but my favorite quote is, our children are the living messages we send to a future we will never see. Our children, think about that. Our children are the living messages we send to a future we will never see. So what we need to do is try to create a great future for them so that we send them out into their future being strong, being vibrant, being bold. So how do we do that? We do it by doing what we're doing tonight. And I'm so glad. I don't know who came up with this, but I'm glad you did it. To bring organizations together, to bring people together, and with a like mind, and always not trying, oh God, not trying to move to common ground, but to move to higher ground. See, I done got past the common ground stuff. We got to move to higher ground. People ask the question, why did this so-and-so move, this entity move into my neighborhood? How did that get there? Well, it's probably because people did not unite against it. You ask, why are my schools the way they are? Well, it's because maybe somebody need to get together and say, we are not, I said this to the governor the other day. We had a press conference about transportation. When they upped the bus fare by 10 cents and reduced the tolls. Come on now.
Please sing.
Hello?
Please sing.
And I said these words, we pay taxes too. We pay taxes. And so what I'm saying to you is that we have to go about the business of, first of all, having high expectations for ourselves and for our children. And then we have to figure out, scheme in a way where we put ourselves in a position to be most effective and efficient. And how do you do that? By doing what you're doing tonight. Now, you've got the Associated Black Charities. They're trying to get resources now to help organizations like this to be more effective in going after the grants. We want what's the other one, the grant makers? The Maryland nonprofits, they're doing something similar so that, again, groups like this are in a better position to take advantage of the One Baltimore opportunities. And the One Baltimore, which will be meeting tomorrow morning on that board, they are waiting for groups like this to be organized to come and let us know what you need so that we can help you to get to where you got to go. I'm finished. But remember what I said. Remember, listen to me, please. This ain't about me. I've lived my life. This ain't about me. This is bigger than me. I'll never forget it. I'll close with this. My father only had a third grade education. He took me to Howard University in 1969. He drove up to Howard in an old beat-up car. And I had 2 green trash bags with my clothes in them. And I had an old beat-up, they used to have these old beat-up, tweed kind of suitcases. It was tearing up and everything. It was, I looked bad. I looked like I didn't look good. Anyway, my father, and I want to leave you with this. My father drove me to Howard University, and this is what he said, now, boy, I didn't bring you up there. Me and your mama, we done did the best we could. We did all we could, boy. Now, they tell me they got some Negro teachers up in there who gonna learn you a lot. And we want you to, we don't want you to be messing up. You got a lot to do. He said, now, Mary Spriggs, her daughter came over here to Howard, and her daughter got pregnant. She home now. She ain't gonna get no degree. And they said, Jimmy Bell, Jimmy's son, he come up here, he taking over buildings and stuff. He ain't here no more. You ain't come here to get nobody pregnant, and you ain't come here to take over no buildings. But then he said these words. He said, I want you to go into those walls and get blessed so you can bless. That's what it's all about. This is our moment. Yes, I feel tremendous pain about the way Freddie Gray died. I feel it. I think about him every day. But Freddie Gray's death cannot just be a moment in time. We must take what we have learned from it and be inspired to create a movement. This must be a movement. And if we don't make it a movement, it's our fault. This is the moment to turn it into a movement. And so I beg you, and I will do everything in my power. Senator McCoskey and the president and Carter and all of us, we have been getting every dime we can bring back to Maryland, to Baltimore, every dime, and we've done pretty good. Sitting up in the White House, and the president made Baltimore priority, so there's a lot of funds coming for job training, dealing with drug addiction, things of that nature. Speaker Bush, on the state level, just asked me to head up a commission whereby we're going to work together with regional leaders to try to, and I'm going to try to get somebody from this organization, from you all, to sit on that, so that when we go to the state legislature, they want a package of things that we want to bring back to Baltimore. And I know Keith is going to work with us to help us out. He's doing appropriations. So, again, a lot is happening. And then the other thing that we're going to do is we're going to have a conversation on race. Now, I agree with the president. We done talked about race a lot. But we still got some race talk to do. We still got to, and let me tell you only, and then this is it. The reason why I said we need to have a conversation on race is because sometimes I think people need to put themselves in our shoes, but don't stop there. We need to put ourselves in their shoes. A lot of people don't understand what we go through. They don't understand the pain we feel. They don't understand the frustration we feel. And unless you get to dialogue, you just basically talking past each other and usually talking about each other. Negatively, that is. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I'll finish where I started off. We only have a minute. Just a minute. Just a minute. Just if you're my age, 60-something years old, seem like you were just 20. Come on, don't leave me out here by myself. Seem like you were just 20. We only have a minute, 60 seconds in it. Force the products, we did not choose it. But we know that we misuse it. Give account if we abuse it. Suffer if we lose it. Only a tiny, tiny little minute. But eternity is in it. May God bless you. And Roxanne said it best. I got your back. And I mean that. And it's not about politics for me. It's what I believe. It's what I believe. May God bless.